We appreciate so much you're going forward into the new, exposing yourself in dynamic ways to be inspired to more. And we'll stand in constant readiness for the more that you have identified. And in the moment of your identification of the improvement, we will back you up with all that is. And you said, once I identify it, I will focus purely, precisely, in a non-resisted way upon my new preference. I'll not let my beliefs that were active before my new desire dominate and crowd out my new desire. I'll be flexible and I'll move forward with the new idea. I will not hold rigidly to the old and deny the inevitable new. You are perfect as you are and expanding, and that those two can go together. But when you deny yourself appreciation for where you are or even where you've been, in that denial of your perfection, you disallow the more. You disallow the improvement. You disallow what your life has caused you to identify that you want. That there is an atmosphere of well-being that surrounds you at every level of your being. There just are not enough words to express to you fully enough the bigness of this well-being that is focused upon you, flowing to you and through you, if you will allow it, at all times. You are source energy in these physical bodies. You are extensions of source energy. And you are in perfect places. You've come forth to explore and to define and to intend and to come to awareness of what you want. But when you come to an awareness of what you want briefly, knowing what you don't want causes you to know what you do want. As that rocket of desire emanates from you, you've got to find a way to be in sync with that desire rather than in sync with the absence of it. You've got to find a way that wanting feels good to you again as it once did, where desire is something that inspires you rather than makes you feel inadequate in some way. We want you to come to the place that we know about you. We want you to know that you can be or do or have anything that you can identify. And not only can you, but it's right that you do. And not only can you, but all of us and all that is source is not just rooting for you. We are understanding where you stand in proximity to everything you want. And we know what the path of least resistance from where you are to where you want to be on every subject in the world that is important to you is. We know what that path is, and we're lighting it up all day, every day. But you've got to be in the vibrational proximity before you get the clues, before you feel the impulse, before you have the knowing, before you follow the path of least resistance. You are the creator of your own reality. I want to create my own reality, but how you go about creating your own reality is very different than you think that it is, because it isn't about your effort. It isn't about your determination. It isn't about your doing or dying. It isn't about you making it happen. It isn't about setting goals. It isn't about finding a target and then keeping your eyes only upon that target. It's about letting life show you what feels best to you and identifying it and then practicing the thought and feeling of that experience until you own it, until you are it. Because once you feel it, once you feel the vibrational frequency of anything that you desire, now you stand allowing a path of no resistance. And from every corner of the universe, with almost everyone you meet, there is another component for the unfolding of what you want. You didn't come here to fix things that are broken or to find things that are unknown or to know things you don't know. All of that is happening, of course, but that was not your reason. You came because life on the path of least resistance is a delicious state of being. And you are in love with life, and you are in love with you, and you are in love with being in love with life. You cannot get off the path. Not really. Only temporarily. And when you do, you don't feel good. We just want you to know that the path is more well lighted than you have been allowing yourself to realize. And that the more you get in the vibrational proximity of who you really are and what you are all about, then the better you'll feel moment by moment, until you'll find yourself being in this world, being in this body, looking out into the environment that surrounds you and feeling appreciation for that and that and that and that and that. You will tune yourself to the frequencies of the best of all that you are. And when that happens, the best of all that is, wherever you stand, is all that can show itself to you. And that is when you are then managing your point of attraction in the way that you intended. When you get out ahead of things, then you're not always on that bleeding edge where every thought must be precise in order to save your life. You can get out ahead of things, and then every moment can be rich and expansive and full of insight and pleasure. You're not being challenged by the universe. This is not a contest of wits. This is vibrational response to a vibrational output. And when your output is happening accidentally or by default, then you kind of get potluck. It's sort of a crapshoot what comes back to you. But when you are deliberate about what you think as often as you can be, then life starts to smooth out, and you get all this leeway for the purpose of the pleasure of the moment, of the moment, of the moment, of the moment, of the moment. You're not being tested here. Somehow that theory got a footing a long time with all of you, and so you've got yourself up against this hard challenger, and there is no challenger. The only thing that challenges any of you is your own split energy, you see. What did you do before you got into your day? If you wait until you're into your day before you do any of your thinking about where you are, now you're doing a lot of knee-jerk responding to what's going on. And so the day sort of has its way with you. But if you have pre-paved it, if you have calibrated your vibration ahead of time, if you've meditated and come into your source energy, if you have segment intended, if you have established how you feel, in other words, if you have established that you feel good about life and that you're eager about life and that, as you said, you love humanity around you, and you go out into your day, unless you are willing to prepare yourself vibrationally, then whatever vibration is the most dominant in the segment in which you are engaged will rule. If you walk into chaos and you're not in alignment with this power that creates worlds, then you're going to be a reactor to the chaos. That's why we say you got to get out ahead of it. You can't just stumble into it. Nothing that is not a vibrational match to you can come to you. But the thing is, there are a lot of things that are a vibrational match to you that you don't mean to be a vibrational match to you, that are a vibrational match to you because you are a sloppy offer of vibration. We say that to everyone to some extent, because you're not doing the preliminary work. If you don't take the time to line up with the energy that creates worlds, then you could walk into an atmosphere where there's some sort of mob rule going on, where somebody's really upset about something. They're having a hair on fire, hair blowing back experience. When you walk into it, you're going to respond to it if you don't have some stability going on in your own vibration.